was there. I was there. Yeah. Um, it was the most difficult thing I've ever went through.
Hmm.
It's tough.
How old
My
were you?
father. What?
How old were you
How-
when it happened?
I was 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 19 years old. Yeah, and it was tough. It was really tough. And I helped carry the casket. And
Oh,
I guess what do you call it, a pallbearer, whatever you want to
the
call them.
pallbearer. Pallbearer.
Yeah, and it was so difficult to do, but he lived a great life. But it's just family is family. But I have dreams. I have dreams, and like I said, like it's like he's in my dreams, and it's just, and I don't think it's fake. I think people will talk to you in your subconscious. You know what I'm trying to say? Like when you know, they're giving you messages and trying to guide you through things. It's
I
just
I lost my partner in 2007, and he still shows up in my dreams periodically,
yeah.
and those are some of the best dreams that I have, just to
Isn't
be
the
able to
best?
talk to him again and
Oh my
get
gosh!
it. It's like the real him in person, and I'm sure it's just a dream. It's my brain reconstructing memories, but the
But it's like,
experience of it is very
it,
powerful. And when I wake up, I
yeah.
feel very glad that I got to have that contact again.
So when I wake up, right, I'll wake up and I'll put my hand on the side of the bed, like thinking that they're like near me and they're not there. So like it's what they call it, lucid dreams, where it's so fluid, like it feels like real life. You're reliving experiences with that
Yeah.
person. So yeah. But it's amazing when you're dreaming, but then when you wake up, you're sad because they're not there. You know, so it's like you never want the dream to end.
Yeah.
You want it to just keep going and going
Yeah,
and going.
and
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
one of those that you hate that it's just a
Yeah.
dream when you wake up. Like, why did it have to be only a dream?
it makes me
But like
ready
you know
for a
that
brand
song?
new day.
Yeah, life is such a dream. Life is such a dream.
Hey, Zach, what's
Love
up? How
song.
you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, baby? Salute. Yeah.
I tried
Go
to
ahead,
get on
gentlemen.
yesterday, but my phone was crapping out. I didn't have internet for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jack, very, very much. We'll see what I don't mind having Jesus conversations and Christian conversations for a little while.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
heard
just think
somebody
that we
this
live.
morning talking about tarot cards, and they said tarot cards are dark sided and they didn't like it. So they read angel cards. It's like, it's still
Mm,
fucking witchcraft, you retard.
yeah.
well, demons are
Well,
at least in Christian mythology, they're fallen angels.
I had my daughter. My daughter was like getting into like she was doing the Ouija board,
Yeah.
and I yelled at her, and I actually was like, "Don't touch that stuff. Don't mess with that stuff." And she stopped, but she was like, "But the thing would move. It would move
Yeah.
your
Well,
hand."
maybe.
Yeah,
Depends on who you play with. Maybe it moves. Is she
yeah,
superstitious?
yeah. She was trying to like find herself. What do I want to be? What do I want to believe in and stuff like that. And I was like, you don't mess with
She
that
was like,
stuff.
"Let me go to Hasbro."
Yeah, don't mess with that stuff. But I've seen a lot of really bad experience with that stuff because if you let him in, he's going to rule into your life, as an evil. So
Don't
you have to
Maybe.
do
stay
it.
away.
I,
You have to stay
or
away
like
from.
maybe we'll find out if it works the other way around too. If you let
Yeah,
Jesus in.
I have heard sufficient evidence to believe to not do it.
yeah.
All I
If
know is
I did it, and look at me now, I'm fine.
we sat
Um,
around the Ouija board for an hour and nothing happened, and we all looked at each other and just started laughing.
yeah.
Much
It
smarter
depends.
people than me said,
Yeah,
"Don't fuck with it."
don't fuck with it, man. It
Well,
Yeah.
depends if you're
Lanza,
really.
you had something you want to talk to Jack about
No, no.
your
I
like
mean,
a behavior change or something.
I'm trying to be more patient overall.
Oh, well, you must be doing a
And
great job because I haven't even noticed the impatience.
well, I don't know. I don't want to have a just a history of uh being cross with Jack sometimes, but we've had some funny ones too, I think even.
Yeah, and it's it's two people involved too. So I rarely think it's all just one person. It's the interplay.
The
Yeah.
patience thing is true though.
Me too.
Well,
Yeah, we were
let me ask
talking
you
about
something.
that
Yeah.
last night. I think patience and tolerance.
Yeah.
Or in Grace, how Grace will make you act different when you see someone walk in a room that's got that like, oh, okay. So,
That all feels icky to me. It does. It makes my nervous system tingle in a uncomfortable
Energy.
way. Compassion, grace, all those
What is
like
it?
pleasant emotions.
Oh, you get used to it, Jeff. Press
But
into it. Allow it to
no.
be new.
Then maybe that's where Jesus comes in. It's going to take Jesus to help me through it. Is that what baptism is? He walks you into it.
Yep, kind of is.
Yeah, I'm not. I had him as a kid, and I have him toward like animals and stuff. Like
Mm.
I'm a sucker for a cat or a cute puppy or like all those
Yeah.
emotions come up. When I have to do it toward humans, it just feels icky.
I know
Jeff,
why.
so Jeff, dude, I'm like notorious. Like my neighbors get mad at me because I'm always feeding the squirrels and I have bird feeders outside, and all the ducks come in and I'm throwing bread out there. They're like,
It's
I'm
so
an
the
animal.
animals make it so easy. The human ones do
Yeah,
not.
I'm an animal lover. But they're just using you for food.
Yeah,
That's
but
all it
somehow I
is. I
don't
mean,
mind. I get a benefit from having them
yeah.
around.
I have these we have these beautiful blue jays and these beautiful cardinals that will come in.
Understand that.
And
Uh-oh.
I love birds. I think birds
Someone's
are
talking.
beautiful. I love birds. And then we have the Cooper hawks, the big hawks, and they'll sit on top of the roof and they'll come swooping in. Yeah, they're awesome, man. I like animals, man. Sorry, go ahead.
Because Jack, in all honesty, and I think this is a credit to you and more of a strength, but I see those emotions kind of breaking you every now and then and not completely hold either, which I think makes you more human and more relatable. But that compassion and grace is not always there at the same level 100%, which that sounds also like more of a reasonable expectation as well.
Thank you. Some of the reactions, part of the angry cot, admittedly, was trying to fit in. You know, I know some people they'll relate better. You know, but this time online has allowed me to learn a lot about myself and others.
Do that.
Jack, I can tell you this. Everybody up here is actually a very good person. And I can tell you that just by feeling the room. But I've been on panels, and even the other night, like I've been on panels where people just come up just to attack people.
Yeah.
And it's basically because they are so unhappy that they have to take someone that's positive and just attack them. So in other words, if I go on a panel, I'm
it's
talking
not. I
about
mean, it's not always that simple, dog. Like, not everyone's that stupid.
Why do
No,
you attack people?
There's a lot of people out there that just attack people to alleviate their own pain. That's all
Yeah, I
I'm
think
trying
there's
to
some
say.
of that, like just that
Well,
rage.
that would be a
Rage baiting.
perceived attack by you. So you wouldn't know the notion for real. So let's not pretend that we do.
Why are you attacking him right now?
I'm not saying you. I just said everybody on this panel doesn't do that. I said I go on other panels and people will just attack you for no reason.
Oh yeah, that happened. I've seen that happen to many people. They did it.
Yeah.
They were doing it to Lanza the other day.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
they
even
want
remember.
they want you to be as nasty as them so you can go back and forth. But if you come up there and you change your tone, you change your energy, we chomp at the bit.
What's
You were the one
point?
talking about the tone scale, like changing your
Yeah, the tone scale
because
is-
when that happens with me, I either fight and it has communication breakdown, or I end up leaving the panel.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Never mind.
So Browns boy, it's okay to talk about stuff, man. I mean, it's okay to like have a bad mood or have a bad day. It's cool, man. You know, but I don't come up and attack people. I don't do that. The only time I attack is when I'm attacked, and I'll attack back. But I don't threaten people or stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is that I've been on panels where it's been beautiful. Like it's just people are just talking, having a great time, having
Yeah.
an awesome conversation. And then
That's
and then
most
people-
of panel, like most of the
Yeah. But
normal
people
panels.
will come up and they'll attack you for no reason. It's like, what the heck is going on? You know, and so you have to mitigate, you know, your energy with different people. That's all.
Yeah, that's what you learn to do, I think, after a while. And being someone that runs panels, Jack, when Angry Cock comes out, I'm more and more starting to be like, I know exactly why he's acting that way. I know exactly why he's irritated right now. I know exactly why he's agitated. Because sometimes people will come on your panels and fuck with you.
You do this, I do this all the time. I always do this. Oh my goodness. Chuck, salute, brother.
Salute.
Hey, Chuck, what's going on?
Another fine day in paradise.
I love Tennessee, man. My ex-wife, she's from they're from Knoxville.
Oh, East Tennessee. That's way over there.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's the other part of Tennessee. Sounds like.
Yes, sir. That's what the 3 stars on the Tennessee map represent.
We went
Eastern,
to
Middle, and Western.
Central, and Western.
Yeah.
So Chuck, we went to Knoxville, right? I'm from New York, right? And I got an accent and all this other stuff. And I go up there and I'm walking around. We went to a Volunteers game. Oh, it was awesome, bro. And we went to a Crystal Burgers. Oh my god.
Yeah. White Castle. Yeah.
Talk about good. Yeah, really good, man. I got fat that week. I was eating Crystals like crazy, man. We went down the Smoky Mountains, kayaking down. It was
Oh,
Tennessee is a beautiful place.
it is. I love the Smokies.
It really
and
is.
the
Yeah, I
Blue Ridge.
climbed that, mile and a half mountain down there. Climbed up to Klingman's Dome just to get tore up by mosquitoes.
Yeah. People in Tennessee are really cool. I'm in Virginia, you know, so I'm kind of country a little bit, but
Yeah.
Tennessee was awesome. We were actually thinking
What-
about moving because they ended up moving to Maryville, which is right outside Knoxville, and then they ended up moving to shoot, what is that? Where Elvis's place is.
Memphis.
Memphis. They moved down to Memphis, but Tennessee's awesome, man. It's an awesome place.
Unless you're talking
all I'm
about
trying to say is, yeah, I had great memories there, man. But I'm telling you, those Crystal Burgers, I must have ate like 50 of them.
Bro.
belly bombers.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Lanza.
Oh no, I just thought it was funny. Like it sounded like a commercial a little bit.
Oh, it's just if you have a good memory, it's good to share it with somebody. You know.
Well, Talcott, do you have anything else to say about Jesus or Satan or I don't know anything?
Well, you
Personal
know-
development.
What?
Just much of what you've said, Jeff. My experience hasn't been anything truly profound or anything like that either, but my humility and faith in God I model it after his.
How do
And
you come to that humility? That's the hard part for a lot of us, like misfits that don't like to be told what to do, don't like to subject ourselves to somebody else's authority, etc.
logic is what finally brought me to it. See, this is what I mean. God is so amazing, so incredible, so underestimated in much of our world. Everything where I am comfortably concluding myself at right now is we are within the mind of God. Nothing more.
What does that
nothing less.
mean?
My answer would have been respect. like that would have been mine.
How do you it's the whole imaginary being, how do you respect a character from a book or from a movie or?
Oh, it's like, no, how did you learn anything? You had to
Right.
respect it enough to learn it, right?
Yeah, you're right. I am trying to give it that type of respect.
There you
So
go.
I think approaching it with that is going to be the key to getting whatever out of it there is.
That level too, because we all know there's levels,
Yeah.
Can I
levels.
I wanted to pop in here with the fear of God, right? If we don't have a fear of something, it's easily ignored, right? But fear in this case, I believe, is so that respect is offered. We can accept the power of God and understand. And back to that question Jeff asked, though, how do you believe in these characters? Realize that's all we are. We're just characters.
But
God
we
is,
have bodies. We have like physical bodies.
so we
we-
believe. So
Oh,
we
come on,
believe.
get with
Oh.
reality.
You don't
Chuck,
think you have a body?
well, here in this reality, yes. But what am I? I'm not just this body. I am the awareness that is possessed within the body. Okay. I'm the awareness of the consciousness. I'm the awareness of being awake. I'm aware of information. I'm aware of flavors and sounds and senses, right? I'm the awareness of
Yeah.
intelligence. So God is the intelligence that allows awareness.
To me, that's all the body.
Yes, your body is an aspect of God created for you to utilize, to nurture, to get to know. We're here to get to know ourselves, not what the world tells us we
Yeah.
are, but
Yeah.
who we are,
That yes.
right?
Yes. Our little acorn and our little
Yeah.
oak that we're trying to turn into.
Do you
Satan would
believe-
agree. So far they agree. So far Satan and God are on the same page on this.
Well, here's where I found the division, right? We hold ourselves back. The self-sabotage, the limiting beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
that's from a focus on the past,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this world taught us to be afraid of the future because all these scary predictions were made and all of this. So people plan for the worst without faith in God. God reveals all results. So this is where I've humbled myself, is the past is the past. I live in this moment now with the focus on the future and God.
and
Okay,
that's-
I kinda got there a little. I got a little glimpse of it.
And
I love
that's
you, Jeff.
repentance. Repentance is basically letting go of everything and moving forward. That's repentance. You know, you have to let go. But a lot of people, because of their ego, because of their vanity, they can't let go and they can't admit that they messed up.
And
I-
not
I
even
see.
just that.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's a mistake or something, but with trauma, it gets encoded in the brain. So on a physiological level, it doesn't. Your brain doesn't just let it go. Your amygdala, your hippocampus, that's all messed up. Like the whole mechanism of how your brain works.
You get traumatized.
It
You get
can heal,
traumatized.
though.
And
Through Jesus.
you know, the new thing now is people hate bond. You know that term, hate bonding?
Oh,
Like
I've hate
people
bonded
like
many a
try to
times.
come together to make like these mobs of people to hate other people. And it's just like, what is going on? And what I'm trying to say is that little by little, Satan is winning. He's winning. He's overtaking because he's breeding the hate in people because we still love each other. You know, like
Maybe there's a
everyone else-
reason that's coming out.
because people are giving up their faith. They're just like, screw it. You know, there's nothing more to live for, you know, but there is. every single day you can change your life. Every single day, but it's up to you to make the move to do it. It's up to you. You know, and it's funny how people will say that they're all alone, they have no family. But let me tell you something, man. Everyone here loves each other, you know? So you have friends, you have family, even though you're not related to them, you have family out here. And if you lean on them, you'll heal. And that's the thing. And when I counsel, you know, it's just like you're not
You
alone.
talking about this panel verse?
Yeah, you're not alone in this fight. We're all fighting. We all go through ups and downs. You know,
Sandeep,
one-
I had this same question with the live without fear, because when you were talking about fearing God,
Yeah.
I was thinking of, well, what's the live without fear thing?
Here,
You gotta have
we
a
don't-
healthy fear.
don't fear
That's an-
another man. Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
let
sorry.
him answer.
Don't fear another man.
Wait, go ahead, Jack.
Sorry. Go ahead.
the fear of God is an excuse the devil would want us to believe, don't you think? Right? And what Jesus showed wasn't the punishment of God, it was the healing nature, the grace, the forgiveness, the mercy, the offering forth. That's the God we want to know.
So you're saying don't fear God, like that's not the message.
Well, fear keeps us we fear what we don't know.
Mhm.
We fear what we don't understand. If we can humble ourselves and accept, there's a lot to life I don't understand. There's a lot to God that I don't understand, but I can celebrate what I do know about God and life with faith.
Okay.
That's what I've been
Yeah, that
practicing,
makes.
to be honest.
And you said like it leads to respect,
Yeah.
but then
That's
I've
what I said.
achieved respect for people without the fear part too. Although with somebody like God, I'm not sure that's possible with his character.
I just everybody has a different belief. Everybody believes and feels something differently. That's your choice to believe. It's actually thunderstorming right now. As I'm talking about God, it's thunderstorming. Stop.
Well, it is
But,
God. We're trying to. It's God or
Yeah.
Satan. This is the
But what
big
I'm trying
battle.
to say is this: God scares me, but I love Jesus. That's just my belief.
What is scary? Well, I understand what's scary about God if
Yeah.
you read the Old Testament, but that's you
Yeah.
that's the
He
kind of
scares
fear you have. Like he could do that kind of stuff now today.
Scares me. But that fear keeps you in line.
If you
keeps
have
from-
it.
For me, it keeps you from doing really stupid stuff. So in other words, if I'm going to do something stupid when I was younger, I'm like, man, God's looking at me right now. I mean, that's just how I was raised. I mean, you know, he's looking at me right now. It's like the dad that hits you with the ruler.
Yeah, and it helps you
Man.
develop a conscience.
That's it. And
And
that's
I
just
wouldn't want to
to
take that away from anybody. If that's what's keeping them civilized and not a savage, I wouldn't want
But
to fuck with it. It's like a Jenga tower. I wouldn't want to take a single block
Oh,
out of that.
Jacob's. You ever see the movie Jacob's Ladder? Oh my God.
With Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, and Macaulay Culkin, what a movie. When he finally ascends to heaven up the stairs, wow. I mean, you know, I don't know what you gentlemen think. I believe there is a heaven. I believe there is one. I believe it's basically you live, well, you exist in peace. I don't know if it's a physical place. I don't know.
Or a state
But
of
I
being.
believe, yeah, just a state of peace.
I do know.
Tranquility, you know, things like that.
That it's
When
a
I
real
have-
place.
okay,
Mhm.
I'll tell you, gentlemen.
Nobody
this, and this is-
knows. Nobody's been back to prove what it is.
Yeah.
It's all in how you define words.
Yeah.
That's the entire point of everything.
Oof. Man, it's storming bad.
I know Jesus talks about the spiritual kingdom,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which could be
So
taken
is it-
to be
is it
the,
in your
the
mind? Is
collective
it-
common experience
Exactly.
among humans
So-
of this
It-
Jesus archetype or energy or whatever. We have
So-
somebody in the back. Oh, Jack is the Antichrist. I'm sure they're not going to cam up. Oh, I know who it is. Never mind. Goodbye. It's one of your old
Which one?
friends.
So when you pass is it a simulation? Is it basically you're just,
It's just
you
like
know,
unplugging the computer. It's just like
yeah,
How
are you in
about
a
no more.
simulation state and things like that? Now, let me ask you, gentlemen, this. This is a very, I want to ask you guys this, because I want your opinion, especially Jack. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Nope.
it's different? Well, I had this realization earlier today because I allow things that seem true to be true, try to determine the relevance. I mean, like, even because the idea of what's beyond, does it matter? No. It's very possible that the only thing that ever was or is right now. This might be the only lifetime that was ever created. We don't know. We've just got stories and images and words. We just live now.
Yeah.
That I
And-
relate to. That makes crystal clear sense to me.
Yeah, and Jeff, the thing is that you ever heard that you always hear the term old soul, like
Yeah.
this person's an old soul, this person's a young soul. So does that mean that does that equate to you've lived before?
I
That's
just
the
take it
question.
as developmental. Like
Yeah.
as babies, they just develop
Here-
faster, differently.
More assimilation to people. Like you have a higher IQ, you can assimilate to people better. You have more wisdom.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's a great question because a lot of the Tibetans and stuff like that, they believe in reincarnation, and you come back, you keep living the same over and over
Oh
life.
God, that sounds worse than heaven.
But the theory is that you have the choice when you go before your maker. He will ask you, would you like to stay with me? Would you like to go back? And some people, the theory, this is a theory, want to go
Yeah.
back.
Is that St. Peter
That's,
at the
that's
gate?
theory of reincarnation. You have the choice to go back or stay. That's the theory, and it's a
I
great
like
thing.
Jack's position where it doesn't really matter what happens
Yeah.
after. It can still be used to enhance and sanctify the present
Yeah.
moment, regardless. So it doesn't have to be afterlife focused, because that was one of the big barriers for me in Christianity. It seemed to,
Sure.
much like Platonism, it seemed to diminish the present reality of the physical world in favor of some higher transcendent or future world. And that was harder for me because I'm so concrete and focused on what I can see around me. And so having it be like taking that part out of it and keeping the focus on the here and now
I
opens
don't
up more
understand.
possibilities for it.
I don't understand what you're referring to.
I personally think that no one ever really dies, that your soul goes on forever. That's just what I think. I think God gives you a soul, and it goes on forever. That's just what I think. Whether you're alive or you're passed away, your soul is still out there. It's still out there. It's still influencing people. It's like I just that's just what I feel. I think that
I don't believe in a soul though. I don't.
you don't believe in a soul.
I just have my body and it's gonna all decompose. So I
Well,
don't
your
know
soul is
what
your
part of me is gonna
influence that you
continue.
are.
It's certainly not gonna be my consciousness.
Well, your soul leaves. It leaves and it assimilates. That's just what I believe. I think that God gave us a soul, and your soul never goes away. You're always you wherever you are. And like I
Until
said,
there's no more you.
might be a weird way to think, but I just believe that we go on forever.
Oh,
I believe that
it's only weird because I come this late in civilization, but I think for most of like humanity, something like that would have been more normal. Like they just would have taken it for granted that yeah, there's this thing in you that continues after death.
But remember, we're created to be flawed, so we mess up all the time. We make mistakes. We screw up. It's just mankind is something else. It really is. It really is something else.
I can give you that. Yes.
Yeah, it is something
We are a
else.
fascinating species.
We are capable. We are capable of the most beautiful things and the worst horrors that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's the duality of man. Mankind it fights itself.
It's whatever we imagine it to be.
You know? There you go.
That's the reality. God, whether we're eternal or this is the one and only lifetime, we are an experience of life in a human form. And what is an experience? It's the perception of information and feelings. It's the perception of thoughts and emotions. And then there are memories. And memories are just, again, information. We're individual thought forms imagined into being by a divine and glorious creator. That's what I think.
But
I
we're
said
real.
this-
We're not imagined.
Are by nature, but however we're here, we all agree that we're here. Like what you described, outside of that, all made perfect sense. It tracks with my experience. The thoughts, perceptions, emotions, all of that.
Yeah.
We're
Jack,
all
I said-
having more or less one of those.
Yep.
Jack, I said something one time to somebody and they're like, wow. I said, it's like if God exists and God is real and he's the ruler of multiple universes, we're nothing more than an ant farm. We're just ants in an ant farm. That's all we are. We're an
Yep.
experiment.
We're
You know, and-
particular.
But he loves each and every one of his ants
He does,
personally and
but
individually
we
too.
think,
Yes.
we think
Which
we're
that would
so-
take a god to do, because I couldn't do it.
but we think that we're so important and we're
Right.
so relevant. We're nothing
I don't
compared
think
to
I'm
the
important at all.
universe. We're nothing.
I
We
do
are-
have an ego, but I don't think I'm cosmically
just saying,
important
but
at all.
To think
We
that
are
we're the
unique,
only-
though.
I'm important to
Yeah,
We are
myself.
unique. There's no other planet that we found so far that has life forms such as us on it. So that does make us.
Yeah, I do
unique.
think we're the pinnacle of creation. Whether we were created or evolved, I think we're as good as it's ever got so far.
Now, do you believe that we were seeded from ETs? That we were seeded?
No.
You know what
No.
that means? So basically,
Yeah.
we were hominins. We were basically
I do.
primates, and we
I
were
think-
seeded
No. Not
to
primate.
become men. I'm just, it's a theory. It's like Prometheus, if you believe that. Yeah. And it's
I
good to
believe there
talk
was-
about it because it's cool to talk about a couple crazy stuff with a couple bros, you know. So what do you guys think?
I believe there were beings involved with creating the human beings. Beings, whether they be the fallen angels, whether that interpretation of being fallen angels being beings from other planets, other star
Anunnaki.
systems, the Anunnaki. It's all history.
The
It's
Naga.
amazing.
Well, one of the theories is that the humans were that was like Angels 2.0 because they fell. So this was his, I'm going to create a being better than the angels and improve upon the angels.
Yes.
We are, the one thing about humans is that we are so different. I think we're a very unique combination, and it's like there was a term that said, you are capable of the most beautiful dreams, but the most horrors, so we're,
Yeah.
it's like we conflict ourselves.
We have
Like, look at-
the heights and the depths all in
yeah,
us.
look at how we love each other, right? But then we are at war, K-wording each other.
I don't know.
It's-
Y'all seem to have this idea that we
We are
love each
not
other
at
more than I
war.
actually experience us doing.
Yeah.
I don't think humans, I think they love their in group, like their immediate group, and then their in group, and maybe their tribe a little bit. And then outside of that, I don't know how much humans experience the emotion of love.
Yeah. I mean, it's something else. It really is. I mean, like I said, humanity is the most confusing thing. When you look into it and you try to study it and you try to figure it out, you get more and more confused.
Yeah.
Because-
I agree.
We
So I'm
don't
very
make sense.
skeptical of
Yeah,
very
it's like,
pat
what-
reductive explanations of
it's like what,
why
like,
humanity
what the-
does what they do.
yeah. It's like, what the heck are we? What are we doing? Like
We don't
it's
know.
like-
We don't know what we are. We have no clue.
Yeah.
I think
It is wild.
part of it is we define what we are as we go. Each civilization and era defined it differently, and America's defining it a certain way. But I don't think there's any one definitive thing that we are. I think there's parameters that we're
Yeah.
constrained by, but outside, and even then we tend to transcend those at times. But outside of that, this is all a big experiment.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, it's like I tell you what's really trippy is like all the Matrix movies where like, are we in a simulation and stuff like that? And it makes your mind like wander, like what
Well,
is
we
going
are
on?
in the sense that our brain is simulating reality for us all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's happening. The reality we're experiencing is like a split half a second behind actual reality, because it's the reality that our brain is constructing
Yeah.
out of actual reality. So in that sense, our whole brain is simulating reality for us.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever, I'm going to ask you a serious question. Have you I've been on a panel and you're thinking something, and then someone says it?
Yeah, constantly, all the time. My friend used to call it creating reality,
Yeah.
because I would say something, and then it would happen around me, or somebody else would start saying or doing the same thing, and he watched it happen with me first, and then the other
Yeah.
person start doing it.
I swear to everything holy, I'll be thinking something in my mind, and someone will say it like 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, all the time.
It's almost like
But
you're
is
putting
it-
out a wave
Is
of
it
energy.
possible two people had the same thought?
No,
though?
bro.
Yeah,
Chuck,
it's
I'm
just
telling
the
you,
timing of it, though, that's so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's wild,
I
man.
get that.
It's wild. You know?
Someone asked me a question once, and I still really haven't figured out the exact answer to it.
Oh, we'll help you
Yeah.
figure it out. What was the question?
They said, all right, there's a creator. No matter what you want to call him, there's a creator.
Okay.
But the Bible and the Quran or the Hindu thing or what have you was all developed because people had a yearning to try to figure out, to satisfy their curiosity, how they actually got here.
Hmm.
And like the Bible became a guidebook with simple rules so society could live with one another.
Yeah.
As opposed, individuals just run around being individuals. It was like a rule book in order for societies to get along with one another. How do
Yeah.
you answer that question,
Well,
Well,
that's actually I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, you go. Go ahead.
It's very plausible because basically it's kind of like when you're in college or you're playing football and it's the rule book, right? You have to read off the rules and the plays, what to do, what not to do. I'm just giving you an analogy. So yes, I think that the Bible was written by men that are trying to guide people in a certain direction. But what I do believe is I believe the Ten Commandments were from God. That's just what I believe. What do you gentlemen think?
Oh, I believe the same as you.
Yeah.
It's just a question I guess a non-believer threw at me.
I don't believe in a God. If you mean did early humans sit around and tell themselves stories about how they got there? Absolutely, I'm sure of it. I don't know that those stories have correspond to any kind of actual reality, and I know that the Bible does draw on older stories, or parts
Yeah.
of it do. So that I'll agree with. What was the other part of it?
And
That the
And
Bible
Oh,
was
the
written
law
as
to
a
keep,
guidebook.
because they were warlike they were all fighting each other. They were all constantly at war with each other.
the
So
tribes.
it wasn't like the nomadic wandering existence wasn't like a stable civilized form of existence in the first place. So they had need for different kind of structure and rules than we might as a sophisticated modern Western urban society.
Mhm.
It's
But
just
I
something
don't
that-
believe it was a supernatural thing that came through and wrote on some tablets or however it happened, and then handed it to Moses.
When Moses went to the Mount Arafat and the lightning hit the tablets and stuff like that. It's all satire, but the Ten Commandments were probably given through like what do you say, like through your mind, stuff like that, or in a dream.
Right.
Or
This is a good point, Kevin. Talking about submission and authority. Are we submitting to ourselves? Is it the ability to submit to some higher part of yourself, even,
Yeah.
or some of those higher instincts beyond the ego?
yeah,
Even if we just call it God, there's still that element of the ego or the conscious mind at some points reaches
yeah,
a horizon where it either acknowledges and submits to something beyond that, or it stays at that point.
Yep.
yeah. And that's the thing is you have to submit. You have to submit to God. God wants you to submit to Him. Get on your knees.
Well, he's gonna have to make me, because I don't submit to. He's not my daddy.
I'm just saying,
Well,
like
you-
that's his bag. It's either it's Allah or it's
That's
Buddha,
man's
or it's-
interpretations. All of
Yeah.
these traditions and explanations, there was a few experiences that they tried to explain, but then all these traditions came up and all of this misunderstanding.
Do
There's
they
part-
do
Go
they
ahead.
work? Like, if you pictured God as a father to submit to, would that work? Would that help you learn what you need to learn to submit to
Certainly.
God?
Oh, yes, there is a perfect purpose for everything, for the Bible as it's written and the interpretations. And there's a purpose for the divisions in the states, in all of the reasons. God creates. God is the author. God is the one that reveals time through us, with us, for us. And Jeff, yes, to answer your question about the father figure, yes, that can be a good way to learn. But like you also pointed out, records show there was like an evolution and a development of the human consciousness, at least in the time of history that we've recorded, that we've captured.
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, it was could have been a more primitive creation of who we were, how they were living. So you needed strict rules, right?
Yeah.
Very clear instructions. Don't kill, don't steal, all the don'ts that show love, right? And so the progression of history, it started out with the Yahweh and the punishing stories of the cruel father. But then Jesus came and brought the grace and the truth through Jesus.
So
God
that's the
revealed.
focus on the New Testament over the Old, then, because that's more of that message. And then, so like if you were Muslim, you could use Allah, the figure of Allah, and submit to Allah, and that would still be a path to connecting with the divinity.
I believe yes, because it's what we're doing in our minds and our hearts.
Yeah.
The names are not as important as what are we doing. And here, if we're going to submit to God, what is the goal? The goal is to have peace in our hearts, to have faith.
Well, that's
right?
what I wanted to address with Daniel Price, because he's framing it as like a forced choice or a compelled choice. But if the choice is, I'm going to give you all this good stuff if you submit, but if you don't want the good stuff, you're free to keep doing it. That's not necessary. I don't see that necessarily as abusive or codependent. So the way you're framing
Well,
God's
the
presentation of the
adverse
choice
to-
is not necessarily how I see it. I don't see it as compulsory. I see it as like he's offering you an option that you could take if you want that, if whatever your goals are, if you want what that will, if that will lead you toward one of your goals and you want that option, then you have to submit to get it. But that he's not forcing you to submit.
Well, you got to remember too that Satan's initial problem was jealousy. He wanted
Well,
people to worship him as they did God.
that interpretation came later, actually, and I'm gonna do a history of Satan at some point.
Are you?
Yeah, but that all Satan didn't start out that way.
Well, where did your start of Satan come from?
Well, he goes way back. The angels themselves come from Babylonia and Assyria. They're not even Jewish creations to begin with. And then St. Paul came along and reinterpreted the angels in general and Satan in particular because he needed a scapegoat or antithesis to the Christianity he was developing. But the Hebrews had nothing like that.
And one of the questions that's never answered in the Bible is if Lucifer is Satan. I don't believe
It's not in the Bible. There's a reference to the son of morning, which is the king of Babylon. It's in Isaiah. It's a well-known epithet for the king of Babylon that was used to refer to him. So, and again, it's the Christian reinterpretation of all this stuff that gave us Satan and the fallen angels.
I guess the whole rift was with Lucifer. Basically, Saint Michael, basically cast him out. And,
Well,
defeated
there's
him.
different traditions, and in some of them, Lucifer and Satan are not even the same being. And because these are all apocryphal or extra biblical, there's really no
Yeah.
authoritative.
Well,
It's
Michael
just
was-
which one you follow.
But Michael was the strongest archangel. Michael was the strongest archangel, and the protector. And when I was named Michael, I took it upon myself that anybody that needs help, I'll help them. Anybody that needs
Because
help.
of Michael the Archangel?
Because
Wow.
you're basically you're to protect people in life.
Good
You
thing
know,
they didn't name you Adolf. Or something.
No.
Yeah, that's
But,
my theory every day is I just
Yeah.
is to be of maximum service to God and to others
yeah.
as opposed to serving myself.
Or both,
believe-
because I think you're more effective at serving others when you
I
maximize
believe,
the
I
care
believe
you can
angels-
give to yourself.
Oh yes, but I'm talking about what you if you cross over into the extreme selfishness or the you let your ego take over where you think you're
Well,
better
now
than
we're back to
somebody
that
else.
ego. We're back where we started, full circle.
Yep. That
Yeah, you wanna
ego
serve-
guy's a powerful person. Whoever
It's
he is.
ego. Jesus is where it's the edge where ego meets this Jesus character, and
It's a balance,
that's what I'm
balancing act.
I'm seeing what's
Jesus is a-
happened. I'm open. I am open.
I know for me that when I switch my life around, and I'm trying to keep it in simple terms, not to make it religious or however you want to phrase it, but I just continue to try to do the next right thing, and it's a fulfilling inner peace. I don't know how else to phrase it.
I
Because
got
happiness
that
is-
just from the little bit of talking to Jesus that I've been doing the past. That came almost right away. Like even my
Yes.
first conversation, that peace.
I can't explain it. I can't give it to you.
No, I
in
can't either, but I know
philosophy.
that it worked.
I can't
and-
give it to you in
And
science.
the phrase about like in Jesus's name, if you do something in Jesus's name, and I think about people that are in groups and they pray in Jesus's name together and they bring that energy of peace. And I've always said next time there's conflict on a panel, I want to try that. I want to try just having a Jesus moment and see if it helps restore that peace.
Bring the stillness.
There's a great solace when you call on him. There's a great solace. In other words,
There really is.
calm you down, and it takes you to a different place. It takes your aggression away, because when you call him, you think about his sacrifice. You think about his love. And you think about these things. It's kind of like, I'll give you an example. This is a weird analogy. I would get so angry and I'd be so pissed off at something going on in my life. And all it would take was my wife to put her hand on my hand and just look at me and say, it's going to be okay. Because that's love. It's love, right? And when someone loves you, you drop. Like all that aggression goes away. And that's what Jesus does. He loves
You
you
can have
so
bad love too. There's
Is
good
that
love
love,
and
though?
bad love.
Is that love?
He loves you so much that when you're so heightened, it all melts away. You ever heard the term melting away? It just melts away. You know, everything's going to be fine. He's got you. I got you covered, kind of thing. When you tell your boy, I got you covered. I
Like
got your
jumping
back.
out of a plane, like skydiving and jumping out of the
Yeah,
plane.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah, that's a big step.
Yeah. That's what it
Jack,
is.
anytime. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation today. I think we should do it again.
All right, brother. Peace. Thank you,
And
guys.
you're gonna be live later, right?
Didn't mean to run your guest off.
Well, I don't know that you did. Let me put his channel. Yeah, Jack, now that I think about it, I have the ADHD really bad. And I just let people on the panels because it's like, ooh, a person. In the future, if you want to have a conversation with you and I and go deep into this, I can do one with just us. And just remind me to limit it to us and not let other panelists on. And we might have a more focused conversation. So I totally forgot about that option. Here is Jack's channel. He's going to be going live probably in a couple of hours, an hour or two. So you can catch more of him there. And he does a panel as well. All righty. Well, what next?
Mm. Break that down.
Okay, are we done?
Oh, I was just lost in thought with all.
Okay. Well, we could wrap up.
Because I know you got a person in chat yesterday. Jack really was rather harsh with them.
Well,
When
Jack
all,
was just on here. You could have told him all that to his face just now. The
no,
whole time.
I just looked down and was reading chat. That's all. That's what I said. I was lost in thought. I just looked down and realized it wasn't a dig or anything. That's just what I was lost in thought about.
Okay.
I didn't
Hey,
mean anything
Colt.
by it.
Yeah, we were having a good. I do that all the time. There's a good conversation going, and then somebody else comes backstage, and I'm like, oh, this person wants to join in, and then we lose the initial conversation.
Well, I thought the conversation kept going myself with everybody's different viewpoints.
Yeah, I think it was
'Cause
great. I think it was amazing.
I try to come in with an open mind. Maybe I will learn something new.
Yeah.
Kevin, you don't think it's had a lot of like even Mike today talked about how that fear of God or help keep him like it was one of the reasons it was like it served as his conscience. It was one of the reasons he didn't act on his savage impulses. So do you think that religion can not only be a path toward civilizing us as humans and raising us to a higher state of functioning, but like a path to even self-development, like the higher parts of ourselves as well?
Yeah.
Because I think
And
for a
I
lot of
think
people, like whether it's real or not, I think and that's one thing I'm learning from the Jesus thing and the Bible is it's a different way of thinking. It's not the rational, like waking consciousness, normal way of approaching life that we're used to. It's a totally you have to like get your brain in a totally different mode to understand it and fully get what it's about. And it's not about like the reality that we live in. It's about some other type of reality.
and I will disagree with one point that was made earlier when you guys were talking. You cannot forget the past. I'm talking about your past because if you forget what you were or what you had done, then you're going to repeat. You're liable to repeat the same mistake you made the first time. You know, it's a learning tool.
Yeah, Kevin, you could. Absolutely. I'm not tying morality to it. I'm just saying it offers something to
I think
people.
you know, if I can say this, I think what it offers, I think it offers love and discipline. Does that make sense?
It also allows
Words.
individuals to get along with one another as opposed to wanting to chop each other up back in the old days, you know?
Exactly.
Daniel,
also,
just because something's done in the name, like you have to judge the act itself, but just because it's done in the name of doesn't devalue the other purposes that I mean people say that about rap music, like just because there's these
Ew,
drive-bys and gangbangings that everybody that listens to rap music is contributing to the decline of civilization.
they are.
I don't
I
believe
hate
that they
rap
are.
with a passion because I had to listen to it
But I don't
24/7
believe
where I
that
used
people
to
that
live.
listen to it are immoral or causing society to degenerate. It's just an
I
art
mean,
form.
it's a form of art. It's a form of art, and people like certain kinds of art. Like people like vile things, people like positive things, but it's still art.
And I think the Bible is another work of art, a profound work of
Yeah,
art. But it can offer the same thing that art offers to people. And the
definitely.
boundary between art and religion has always been blurry.
But music is expression, so people are just expressing how they're feeling and things like that. So it's a form of expression, which is a form of art. But
That's
like I
what we're
said,
trying to figure out, Kevin. The motivation. It for me, it's self transcendence. It's like, do you want to unlock? It's like a video game, and it unlocks another layer, another level, and there's something in that level that can help you become fully yourself or grow
It,
more into your authentic self.
yeah,
So
gives you
for me,
more
it's like a
insight.
path to something beyond the ego, developmentally. Possibly,
well,
I'm just exploring it.
no, that's a good analogy. That's a good analogy. In other words, taking you to the next level, taking you to the next step of exploration. Looking into, let me try it this way. Let me take what I just learned and try it a different way. And that's what you're talking about, like going to a different level. And we're all figuring ourselves out. We're all trying to go through this crazy thing called life. And you're doing it. You're doing it. So.
Oh wow, Salty, that sounds cool. Actually, it sounds like some like Meow Wolf.
What the heck?
No.
Oh Lord.
Whether you should or not, it comes down to whether you're able to. There are some past wrongs that I'm just not able to forget, even if I should.
Yeah.
And the ones that I can overlook, I do. I try to be gracious and it. I also I have the 3 o'clock in the morning rule. If I'm having some kind of grievance with somebody or conflict, or I feel like I was done wrong, and I wake up at 3 in the morning and I don't even remember it, like it's not fresh on my brain right when I wake up coming out of sleep, then it's not important. And that's usually a sign that I can let it go. But if I wake up at 3 in the morning and the first thing on my brain is that thing, then it's probably something I'm going to have a harder time letting go because it's something that hit closer to the core of who I am. Clown
Try this.
face, who are you?
Just try this. Just try this. Let it go. Let's just let everything go. This is YouTube. It's words on the internet.
A Jesus
You're a,
moment.
no, listen. You're a good person. You have a great head on your shoulders. Just let it go. Just let it go. These people are not consequential to your health. You just got to let it go. People are going to say the stupidest things. People are going to get resonated in your brain. They're going to try to get inside you, in your mind. You just got to let them go. You just, bye. It's like a bad relationship, right? And you literally just say, listen, I'm going to walk this way. You walk that way. And you let them go. But people will try to get into your head. But see, like you and me, we're the same. We have a very active brain. Our brain works all the time. We're always thinking about things. We're always processing things. We're trying to figure out everything. But you just have to let it go. That's all we're
Mike,
trying
there's
to
a
say.
guy
Oh,
named Clownface Truth Seek Finder UK. He said to ask you about him.
He's a porn.
I'd be
He's a porn.
careful, Jeff.
Oh, well, why would you tell me to ask Mike just to have him
He's a
say
porn.
you're a porn bot? He didn't
You
vouch for
gotta
you.
you gotta be careful with Mike too. Now that it comes back to memory.
Well, he just saved me from a porn bomber if that's what he was. So.
Truth Finder UK is a porn bomber. You have to be real careful.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take the risk then.
Yeah, he's been corn bombing people for like a year.
Damn,
that's
Salty,
really-
do you have a channel or a website with this stuff
Yeah.
on it? That looks cool.
Yeah, but
Okay,
no,
we were
just
gonna
try to-
do the Jesus moment.
Yeah, just try to rest your mind, bro. It's really
All
hard
right.
because when you have a really active mind, you're thinking about things 24/7,
Oh yeah.
and that's what you seem like you're doing. But just try to just let it go, man. Screw these people. Goodbye. Goodbye. They can't get to you if you don't let them. Let me tell you something. The only power someone has over you is the power you give them.
I say
So
that
if you
all the
take it
time.
away, they got no power over you, man.
I used to have a saying that going into my mind is like going into a bad neighborhood, and you don't want to go there by yourself.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Man, this
But
Truth
let-
Finder really wants to get on today for some
Because
reason.
left to my own devices, if I didn't have some better way of living,
Yeah.
it hurt people. Besides hurt myself, it hurt other people.
Mhm.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And,
There's that too. Like I really think it has a civilizing force, and it's a Chesterton's fence. We ought to be very careful before we start disrupting that.
if you wanna lift Truth Finder up, you have to put a banner up. But I mean, I don't know if you
I
have
don't.
it. Yeah,
I don't. I'm
hold
already.
up, man.
I don't know
He'll
what
pull
game
you
is
up.
going on, if any, but I'm already over it. I like the flow of the conversation, so I just want to keep
Yeah.
that going.
He'll porn bomb you, so just be careful.
There's a lot of those out there right now.
Yeah, but no, it's just it's just like we're trying to find ourselves and trying to figure out exactly
Yeah.
why we're here and what we're doing and all this other stuff. Very positive conversation. And man, it's such a life is such a mystery. And now we're looking at like all the presidential stuff and the way the world is going and possible war. It's just like wow. It's just I don't recognize this world. I remember when we were younger, life was gravy. We had a job, we had a nice little car, nice little house, and we had fun. Everything was fun.
Yeah.
Having a great time.
And we knew how to have fun. We knew how to make our own fun.
Yeah, but
A lot of
now-
people are suffering from information overload at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our information, our access to information has increased drastically, maybe faster
Oh,
than some
oh my
brains could
God.
process.
to the 1,000th power when the internet finally
Yeah, like
took
we have
off.
more than an entire library at our fingertips and just a
You
little
got the
device
whole
this
world
big
at
now.
your fingertips now.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest derogatory things that happened to us is when COVID hit and everybody was like, because I was never quarantined, I never missed a day of work. I worked every single day throughout the entire pandemic. And because I never caught it. But people
Oh,
were
I
like,
had it 3 times.
I never got it. I got tested 6 times. I never got it.
Oh.
And I'm talking about people that were right next to me, because I worked, in restoration. In other words, you're working with people, you're ripping out walls and stuff like that. And they were catching it. And I never got it. And so I never stopped working. They were making like $900 a week at home. I'm making a little over that ripping walls out. But I never gave up. But the thing is that isolation with some
Yes,
people,
yes.
that isolation made them have. You ever heard of the term cabin fever?
Yeah.
Where
Yep.
they're just like because they don't have anybody to talk to, and then when it finally lifted, they were like loony bin. They were like going crazy. So
All you gotta do is look at the weather. You take a really
Okay,
dark, gray, rainy day. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, there's someone in the back. I got you in the back. I'll go ahead and let you on. We have Jess about to come on.
Oh, Jess is cool.
Okay. Well, here she is.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's
Jess.
all right.
I'm
Salute.
all right. Hey, Jeff.
Salute.
Hey, Mike.
Salute.
Hey, Chuck.
Salute her.
Sorry to interrupt
Hey,
the flow.
Jeff.
No, you're okay.
And
I
we
s-
also
All-
have RBR Network. Can you flash in the back too?
That can't be RBR. It might be, but I won't
Zippy?
guarantee it.
Somebody named Zippy.
RBR is a black guy, I thought.
Well, his avatar is black. Let's see.
If they don't show themselves,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
RBR
got a
is
flash.
not
I'll know
camera.
that you're really you.
RBR is not camera shy.
All right.
He's
Well,
got his
let's
own
see it,
show.
RBR. Otherwise, somebody's impersonating you.
Yeah. A lot of- They make
So
all
All
these
that's
right.
the
songs.
real RBR. He knows flow state.
He's welcome to come on, but I got to see his face to make sure it's really him. So anyway, welcome, Jess.
thank
What's
you.
up?
You can continue your conversation. I'll jump in. I just wanted,
No,
like I
you're-
said, I want to say hey to Jeff and hi,
Well,
Mike.
go ahead.
And hey, Chuck.
Jess, do you have a channel?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
I've been
I'll just put
I've been
you as
going on
guest.
panels lately, trying it out. So,
Well, cool. Welcome. What do
That's
you
all I
want to
know,
talk
Chuck.
about?
well, no, I don't want to interrupt. You guys continue your conversation, and if I
Oh, okay. We were
want to,
just
I mean, I'll jump
randomly
in.
talking.
No,
Yeah,
I'll-
we're just
I-
having
I-
random-
But
Go
Jess,
right
like
ahead.
the pandemic, all the like the separation of people, like someone in their house for a year, it made people like crazy. Like they started turning on each other, and it was
It
like,
desensitized people.
exactly. Human beings need interaction. You need to have interaction. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Now's your
I-
chance to jump in, Jess.
I'm sorry. No, I agree. Unfortunately, my mom was diagnosed. It was kind of neat. It was bad. My mom was diagnosed with cancer in November of 2019, and then she started her treatment, and that's when they started like no one was out in the streets. So that was the silver lining for me. I like to look at silver linings because most their doctor's appointments weren't. I mean, it was for as hellish as cancer can be. Not having, I mean, it took a little light. I mean, it was hell, but it was nice. There's no traffic on the road. No one was really at the doctor's office. I mean, that's the only silver lining I can think of.
True.
I mean,
True.
as
yeah,
hellish,
it was quiet.
Yeah.
And the grocery stores, you could just go to the back door and they would hand you your groceries. You didn't have to go shop or pull them off the shelf or anything.
I did feel bad for
RBR, I saw you try to show your camera, but nothing came through. All right, I got you. I'm going to
Yeah.
bring him on.
In Virginia, at
All right,
one
bringing you on
time,
now, RBR.
they would give you a ticket if you didn't have a mask on. They'd give you a ticket.
Okay, that is him.
Wow, like
That
the cops
is
would?
RBR. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, RBR.
He's having a
Welcome.
tough go at it.
What's up?
Hey, it's RBR Network. How is everyone doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right, I'm all right.
That's UK Truth Finder.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a porn bomb man. If I wanted to porn bomb him, I would have done it right.
Is that him? Is that Truth
Yeah,
Finder?
that's
Oh.
him. That's him.
the thing?
Well,
the thing
no,
is,
Wait a
he
minute.
just.
Whoa,
I
wait a
could've-
minute.
I could have porn bombed him long time ago. Like I was on the panel as
That's,
RBR.
that's a
Could've
So
literally-
wait, RBR and Truth Finder are the same person?
No,
Yeah.
Oh.
RBR
No.
Network. RBR Network
He's a-
is a.
Jeff, he's a porn bomber. I'm just
He's
telling
a
you.
fake.
I was a porn bomber before, but I
Oh,
would have
I
porn
don't-
bombed randomly.
He's a fake. He's a fake.
I don't want to
Jeff.
take the risk. Sorry, RBR.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
porn bob so many channels. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't want to
Okay,
take the
so
risk.
so he was
Yeah.
just playing a video of RBR.
Yeah.
Is what I saw.
Oh, that wasn't. That's what took him so
No.
long to get his camera going.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a cool. Well, Jeff.
Well, nice
Jeff,
try.
I
You
wouldn't-
got in. You did your
Yeah,
your
Jeff, I
trolling.
wouldn't lie
work.
to you, brother. He's a porn bomber. He'll keep.
I know. I
putting
see it now.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
and RBR. If the real RBR is out there, you got this.
Yeah,
That's
not
rather
good.
Troll
deceit.
tried a
That's
person.
That's
Truth
UK
finder
just-
indeed. I'm glad
deceitful.
we found that truth.
Yeah, he's a dirtbag. He's a guy in over there overseas, and he just porn bombs people.
Why? What's
Yeah.
the motivation for? What do they get
If
out
you
of that?
can't come up as
Just-
yourself, that tells you a lot.
Disgusting. I mean, it's just disgusting. And his pee-pee was like this big. It was hilarious.
Now, wait a
And,
minute, Mike. Mike,
he
be
got
careful.
his mouth
Don't
shut. I was on the
you
panel
can't-
when he did it.
you?
I was on the
You
panel when he
did
did it.
too. You did too.
Yeah, they were saying the same thing about you. So,
Well, mine's bigger.
well, I don't know.
But you did.
don't have to
But you did. So be
go into
careful
that.
throwing stones.
Okay, that sounds good.
Oh,
Chuck.
was Mike a once troll or?
Well, no,
what
but
do
he
you-
showed it. Somebody dared him to show his.
All right,
pee-pee on
if this is the direction the conversation's going, I'm going
I'm
to end the
sorry.
panel because we were doing
I'm
so
sorry,
much
I didn't know.
better. And it's I feel like it's devolved. These
it's
are the
all
red
good.
arrows.
So, Jack,
Let's
yeah,
bring
it's
it
all
back.
good.
I'm sorry.
What's-
Hey, I don't even think it was you, Jess, at all.
So what's the
UK,
topic?
we'll blame UK.
I mean, you
Whatever
could
Jess
blame
wants to
me.
talk
Ross,
about.
it's okay.
So do you think? Who do you think? Let me ask you a question. Who do you think's going to win the presidency?
I'm
Right.
less confident now. I'll have to see it play out. I think
Yeah.
either one, if they play it right or fuck it up wrong, can
Yeah.
throw it to the other one.
I don't think Kamala has a chance in heck to win the presidency.
You don't think she does? It
You think
depends
so?
on how many people are looking for an alternative to Trump.
Yeah. Well, Trump, JD Vance, his vice president, is fire, bro. Like he's
Okay,
like
I got you. I'll bring you on.
smart as a whip, bro.
Yeah, I like him so far. I mean, I think
Yeah.
he's serviceable. He will do.
Serviceable.
Hey, Moose. I
What's
think
going
he's the
on,
right
guys?
message at the right time. I really do. So
Believe it or not, I found out you were live because Jack Talcott was also streaming this live, and I clicked. I was like, "What's going on? Jack's live." And then I
yeah,
was like, "Oh, shit, yeah."
we were having a good conversation about Satan and Jesus, and he decided to stream it to his channel.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. More eyes on the prize, more people, that
Jesus
could
is the
possibly
reason.
come here the better. Jesus is the reason for the season, right? And
I'm
that's what
told that about
understanding.
Mike, and hopefully he's not going to try it. I mean, that'll be his last time ever on here, so hopefully he's not going to sabotage that.
Well, I'll help you with that because now that I'm recording this as well, we have video evidence of him, and then we could also. Never mind. I'm not gonna go into it, but if you fuck
There
with
you
him,
go.
then you're gonna be fucking with
Dude, what are you
somebody who can
talking
find
about?
out who you are.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let's not go into the toilet again.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
What
take
are you-
it there.
What
Just
are
be
you talking
good.
about, man?
Why is everybody accusing everybody of crazy shit, anyways? What's going on with this world?
I don't know. It's some drama that followed this guy in last night. He has a history in the Panelverse, and so I guess it's his little fan of hate watchers that follow him around.
Look, man,
Hopefully
I'll
they
show a little
subscribe.
love every
Please
once
at
in a
least hit the
while.
subscribe button while you're here. We're almost there. We're like barely 100 away.
It was 378 when I looked a while ago.
Oh wow! Oh, that's 379. We're 121 away. Tell your friends,
Yep.
and then y'all can stay and hate watch all you want.
Come
I
on,
have no
come on.
friends.
You have no.
Come one, come all. Of course, we're all coming at the same time, Chucky.
Mhm.
Yeah, why worry about the drop about who's doing what? Just blame it on me. It's probably my
They're
fault
saying-
anyways.
And it gets passed on to me anyway eventually. So yeah, do that.
Oh yeah, everybody gets forgiven except for Jeff. Jeff gets blamed, and then
I'm
and
the
then-
scapegoat. That's the Satanist role. So
But it's your fault because you wouldn't talk to me in private, so I've got to talk in public about shit we didn't talk about in private because hey, I can't be the bigger person either.
you talking about me? What are we talking about?
Negative. That's Cynthia.
Or Hank?
No, I'm saying
I'm
Cynthia. She was saying how you wouldn't talk to her in private about a problem that she had with you. That
She
it
had a
was
problem
your
with me, and she wouldn't talk to me about it, and made a video about how I wouldn't talk to her about the problem that she had with me that she wasn't talking with me about, and calling me all kind of gay slurs and autistic slurs in the process, and really just showing her character and who she is.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
No,
I'm keeping her in my back pocket anyways.
Hey, you know the Wicked Witch of the West? That's basically Cynthia right there. All you gotta do is pour some water on the bitch and she'll melt. So like that's how you gotta think of her, Jeff.
Ooh, hang on, y'all.
Yeah.
We may have a Satanist in the back. Let's see.
You said
Big
she'll
Jake,
melt.
Cincinnati. Anybody know him?
I don't
Big
know.
Jake.
Let's just put a
The-
banner off.
All
the
right.
name sounds familiar.
Here's what I'm gonna do, Jake. I'm gonna take you on, and we'll put you in solo mode
Hank, salute.
because I like the avatar.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, what's up, Jake?
Hey,
That's not
how you
Jake.
guys
That's,
doing?
what's up, dude?
Do you know
Yeah.
him?
Mike
No,
knows
this
who
is
I am.
Moose. You're on the wrong picture.
Is he cool?
Yeah,
Moose?
Mike Cerrone right there knows who I am.
I have
Mike,
no
you know
clue
who
who
I
this
am.
dude is.
Yeah, I can
Moose, you said
confirm
you
that.
know him?
Look, I don't know any of you guys, but the guy, Mike right there,
Mhm.
me and him go way back. Way
I
back.
know we do. I know.
In
Hey,
a
you
good
call
way
him
or
Big
a
Mike?
drama
Call him
way?
Big Mike
I
or
would
Little
not.
Mike?
I would not say in a good way. Just about everything that everybody's saying in your chat about this guy is 100% factual. It's not a joke.
Yeah, it sounds legit. You can show him.
So
Yeah,
we've
I'm
been
not. I
having a
don't.
good conversation.
Yeah, I
This is
don't. Yeah, I don't.
another
I don't.
troll.
I don't
This is
porn bomb.
Another troll.
I'm not a troll, Mike.
You're a
Apparently, you're the
troll.
man. No, I'm not. You're the one that claims to be a master troll all the time.
We're sitting having a good conversation. Would you like to have a conversation, Jake?
No, I want to come up here and prove that you're a clown. You're a low.
Well, we want to have the conversation, so I'm going to
So
go
you're
back
not
to
you're
that.
not here to have a
No,
conversation. You're here to
we
speak.
we're
Yeah.
getting back to the conversation. I thought he was on
Yeah.
here to have the conversation.
Got it.
We'll talk to you
All right.
tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I do like Hail Satan though. If you are, I like that part. Come back another day. I'd love to talk Satan with you.
Praise Jesus.
But so far, whatever, I don't know Mike's history. He just showed up last night. So far, my rule here is that people can have mature adult conversations.
Yeah.
So far, he has been able to do that. That's my requirement for being on the panel. I can't treat him any differently than anybody else. So until he gives me a reason not to.
They don't want, yeah, Jeff. They don't want conversations. They want to come up and they want to just attack people. That's all they want to do, and it's sad. We were talking about this earlier. Remember, we were talking about it earlier, like maybe an hour ago, where people are just so angry and they just want to attack people, and they don't want to come up and talk.
That's
You
what
know?
happened when I walked in the room the other day, right? I walk in the room and all of a sudden Cynthia and Flow State were here, and then they start throwing shade on me. Like right when I walk in the room, I'm like, "Hey, I haven't even opened my mouth yet," and I'm already like thrown into a fight. So it's like I get it.
Yeah. So Moose.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to keep off the. We have a Discord. There's a channel in the Discord for drama. There's a whole drama channel that y'all can fight in.
They call it chomping at the bit. In other words, chomping at the bit basically equates to they can't get to you on channels that you have friends on. Like we're friends up here, right? And I have a couple other channels and a lot of ladies. I go on a lot of ladies channels and we talk about all kinds of stuff. Nothing weird, but they're not allowed up because they come up just to create chaos. They're not there to have a conversation.
That's
Yeah.
what it seemed like to me. They were not here to have a conversation.
So I don't host panels that often, but since I'm the greatest chaos in the panelverse, I'll just they could love their attacks when I'm running a panel. I don't really care.
But and it's
He's
funny
one of those
because
scapegoated training.
they make stuff up. Well, you said this, and this. Okay, well, show me where I said that. I'm not showing you anything. They just make stuff up.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
I mean, you could be. go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, what I do is I'll take credit for that, or I'll fix a irrelevant detail and say, okay, what now?
Yeah, yeah.
You could
They
be a
can't
very
do-
sophisticated porn bomber that's winning over our trust and timing your big moves. You could like blow your load that one time, and you could be that. I don't. And if you do, you got me good. But so far, I don't get the impression that's why you're here.
No,
And
I mean,
maybe
could all-
who's to say that they didn't provoke him in the beginning of, or maybe he was drunk, or who's to say it didn't happen at all? So all that shit, it just doesn't matter because we're in the present here, brothers and sisters, as Jack Talcott would say.
We were gonna have a Jesus moment. We forgot. See, we got off track from Jesus already. We were trying
What-
to have a Jesus moment.
So let me
Are
ask
we
you a
having a
question.
come to Jesus meeting?
Yeah, we're gonna try to
Yeah.
bring some peace in Jesus' name.
Yeah. So
However
Oh,
that-
I think I'm qualified to do that.
Okay, well, lead us.
Yes, say a prayer.
Hank,
What? Say my
where are you? No, it's okay. Hank, you have a really unique accent. Where are you from?
This is
Pittsburgh.
autistic accent. We all have
Pittsburgh.
unique accents around here.
It's also Pittsburghese.
If you're in Pittsburgh, you sound like you're from the United Kingdom.
All right.
Like,
Now,
they
let's
have
say
a
a
girl on
prayer.
Big Brother this year that's even worse.
Yeah.
He
Let's,
expects you to sound like somebody from the hood.
No,
All
not
right,
at
well,
all.
well,
There's only a couple hoods here. Just keep watching.
let's see how well your accent works with this Jesus thing.
Yeah. So let's say a prayer in the Lord's name. I pray for peace in this Panelverse, or if there's not peace, that we go ahead and resolve our differences like grown adults, or freaking angry kids in video games, and in actual video games. Amen.
Amen.
So let
I
me ask you a
love it.
question. Does everybody up here think that social media really destroy the younger generation?
No.
No.
Praise God. I do.
I don't know
think
about
it
destroyed.
is
It definitely had an
absolutely destroyed their
effect
minds.
on them.
It accelerated it.
Yeah. So
They'll be
basically,
There are
fine, guys.
changes. There are noticeable changes, but I don't know if I'd say destroyed.
Yeah.
I would
When we
I would
grew up-
not say destroyed because it's
Absolutely obliterated everything in their brain.
Millennials are destroyed. Everyone's destroyed. You know you're old when you're saying that next generation before you or after you, not the next generation that's coming before not before you, but the gen like
Y'all
your
are
millennials that
boomers.
you're like Gen Z. They don't know anything. Well, first of all, of course they don't. They're young. You guys, the oldest ones are like 25, and they're like in 16 to 25. That's like the age bracket around. So yeah, they don't know much, but I got hope for them. They'll get their shit together. Just like people said, millennials or they used to call us Gen Y. They say they don't got their shit together. They say that about every generation.
That's the thing. It's since the dawn of time. It's always been like that. There's always like, oh, they don't know anything, and all the old people don't know anything. Well, it's like, no, everybody knows something. It's just different, and it's from a different perspective. And if you sit down and you have the conversation and you're curious enough, you might learn something incredible from all ages.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a perfect analogy, because this is what I said before on another panel. I said, you go to school to learn from a teacher, but everyone you meet teaches you something. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I want my son to teach me history. No, I know history, but like he took 2 AP history classes because I don't know, he was sick of it, but he's got his history down pat, and every time I've asked him questions and he knows it. He's good at his history. I'm like, can we have a session today? But he's really knows a lot about history.
you should
I'm
do
just
a
baffled.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just wait till he finds out how much of the history is falsified. He's gonna be so pissed off that he regurgitated so much BS.
No, I mean, this was college history, really. It's not like This wasn't like your.
No, we're not
They
talking high
changed.
school AP history. We're talking. All right.
Well, AP.
conspiracy history.
It is. It's high. I mean, it's a. He's got 2 college credits.
Yeah, it's still history by the
Yeah.
college. So, so
Yeah, when I went to
I don't know.
college,
Never mind.
when I went to
No, I understand. I mean, I get what your sentiment is, but I mean, not all of it is BS.
Correct.
I can't. Yeah.
No, but a
without
lot
proof.
of it isn't like necessary. Like there's so much stuff that's packed into our history classes that is just so unnecessary. And then they spend so much time on things that they really shouldn't spend time on. It's just like bloating it out, and then like you don't actually get the meat. You know, you don't actually get and that's just my opinion though. I like to study history in depth on my own, so.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know like the Mongolians, or I can't even say it right, but the Mongolians, they actually like conquered more of the world than anyone, but they always something would happen and they'd get screwed up and they'd be like, damn it, and they'd have to go back. That's how my son explained it. And then they like get back into power and they take over start taking all over the world. And then something would happen, and I'm like, damn it. And I think that's happened. He said it's happened a few times. And it was just funny how he told the story. And I was like, I didn't know that. But I don't know. It was just funny learning stuff from my kid. I'm like, hey, that's cool.
That's pretty amazing, though. Like, to have a child that you're able to have, like, in college. I have a 2-year-old, so I'm learning a lot of patience and stuff and all kinds of weird things.
Yeah. You know, education's important, you know, but it's not easy because it's very expensive, you know, unless you have superior grades and you can get a scholarship, you know. Education, college is so
Information
expensive.
is available now. You just
Huh?
gotta find the right teacher.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was just talking to myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But college is so expensive. Back in the day, you know, 25 years ago, you know, when I went through school, it was much cheaper. But luckily for me, I got a scholarship, you know, playing sports, you know. But to put a child through school now, it's so expensive.
Not
It's just,
everybody needs a college education, though.
That's
it's
true.
good to have it because it teaches you life lessons and it teaches you skills and it teaches you different
I don't
things
know.
that
We're
you
all
can
going to need gender studies degrees soon.
No,
Especially
no
for
DEI, no
Kamala gets in.
DEI, no DEI.
Just be respectful.
But the great thing about having a degree is you can do things like you can go into the military and be an officer, or you can go into law enforcement, or you can go into, you know, engineering firms and stuff like that, and you can have a really great life. You can, but you need the education.
Kevin, you mean like multiplication tables? That's the only thing they made us memorize growing up and recite. And they just taught us basic facts, really. It wasn't indoctrination.
I love.
Yeah, it's not indoctrination. If it was that they would teach us to work, not to think and study.
What are you talking
Go ahead,
about,
Jess.
Chuck? They don't teach you to go home and actually do work. They teach you to read a book, come back, and like take a test on that book that you just read. Like,
I
they
used to
don't
do that.
actually make you go out and look for more information in the lower levels. Like it's so like condensed to what they want you to know. Like and it's whoever they are.
Like how to read and do math.
If it was indoctrination, they would teach, as soon as you get started, they would teach you, okay, you're going to be a farmer. You're going to be a...
No, that's communism, bro.
No, this is capitalism. You pick your own master. No, well, no, you don't have to pick your job. That's your job to pick your own master. We're gonna stuff you through. You're gonna tell you what to believe.
I used to teach. I wasn't indoctrinating the kids in anything, and nobody told me to. I just went in there and I taught them basic science, reading, whatever I was doing that year.
I hated dropping people though. but sometimes you get to the point where you have to tell them, you ain't cut out for this class, bud. You need to go
Aw.
find something else.
No,
Hey,
no.
have you ever wondered why, like at work, most people get like two 10-minute breaks or two 15-minute breaks in a 30 or an hour, and it's like the same exact thing as like K through 12. You get your 2 10s and then your little break, your little lunch, and you hear that little bell and you got to go run back. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
all
don't think
bull.
people
It's
should have
all
any
pretty much
breaks.
bullshit.
Oh, you're like logistics because we don't give people breaks.
You could learn that stuff like so much faster,
But
dude.
The only break,
You can be out like learning skills. Like they don't have all the good classes as much like they used to, like the wood
Oh,
shop and
my
teaching
kid,
people how to do plumbing and shit.
my kid's high
Oh
school.
my
I don't
God,
know.
dude.
He's
wait,
got.
wait, I
They
want
have
to hear Jess. I want to
awesome.
give Jess a chance. Go ahead, Jess.
I'm sorry. My kid's high school. I will say this. They've got. My kid is taking salon, not salon, like type like barber shop salon / class as a what do you call them, elective. He's
Where are
taken
you located?
uh crazy down south alligators. But
I
yeah,
wonder
it's like
you guys must have some money for schools down there.
I don't know how we do because we don't have state tax. I don't know, but
Oh
like
wow.
but this county we're in, it's like it's considered a wealthy county.
So you're in
But yeah,
Florida.
like
You're in Florida, right?
culinary. I mean, they do like not all schools are evil. I mean, this school's pretty
No, I'm
cool.
not saying all of them. Not all of them, but the one I went to was definitely it was like a 3,500 student prison.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
With like a big old gate. Like they had to end up putting 8-foot gate around the whole thing.
Did y'all have metal detectors going into the school?
Yeah, they threw them in there. Yeah, they threw them in there
I've
after
taught at
our
some of
year.
those.
We
Really?
did.
I mean,
So we we
but I
had
was
metal
hella poor,
detectors.
so it was different. We were at the ghetto school.
We had metal detectors. We had metal detectors going in school back in like '91. Like, yo, it was wild, bro. You're talking about New York City. You're talking about in Queens and
Oh, in New York.
Brooklyn. Yeah, but you had to go through a metal detector back in like '91. It was.
Oh wow.
That's nuts, man. That is nutty.
And
You went to
they
one of
would
those
do the
lean on me
thing, they'll do the
schools.
thing. You know, you had the school security. They didn't carry firearms, but they had the handcuffs and all this other stuff. But that's how bad it was. I remember going to the
Dang.
McDonald's right off of Mott Avenue, and they had the bulletproof glass at the McDonald's. It's like, this is insane, you know, the way that we lived, you know. But
Yeah, dude, you
it
gotta
was,
wear a bulletproof vest to work at McDonald's. You
but
better
it
go
was,
have
but
that kind of shit.
if you grow up in that environment, to you it's normal. It's not even weird to you. It's like you acclimate into that situation. It was like, whatever.
Yes,
You
and you had
know,
to speak Spanish.
I didn't speak Spanish. I speak Italian, but I didn't speak Spanish. Yeah. Nah, but it was wild, man. Growing up in Queens, growing up in Queens in the '80s and the '90s. It was something else, man. It was wild.
Yeah, yeah. I
can
did shop class in school. Basically,
Atman,
find
are
a
you
shop
in
I
the
could work in.
U.S.? Is this in the U.S. you're talking about? I think that's
No,
fantastic. If it
we're
is,
talking
if they
about New York
still
City.
are having that.
Yeah, Parkway, Queens. It was something else, man. Yo, but you said woodworking class. You said woodworking. That was my favorite elective. Mr. Barbarello was the teacher. Mr. Barbarello, and we would make like desks and shelves and all
Oh
kinds of stuff.
wow.
It was so cool, man. It really was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I did woodworking and metalworking in school.
Yeah, that was the best elective ever. You have a cool teacher. You're making cool ass stuff, you know, and it was awesome, man.
Yeah,
And
I
then
did I did shop class elective and I did program electives. It's unfortunate that I didn't pick a college where it counted. In fact, I had credits that I earned going in that the school we picked didn't give to me because they wanted to steal more money from me. So
yeah, and then you had remember you had health. Yeah, so you had a health elective, and they would teach you
Yeah.
CPR and stuff
Ours
like
was
that. And
mixed in with PE. It was
yeah,
like part
yeah,
of PE
but,
class.
but having like
Yeah, the
they would teach
dummy,
you, like
resuscitation, Annie.
CPR and stuff like that. It was how to help someone that's choking. It was just cool stuff to learn. In high school, it was cool.
That's
Mine was
crazy, dude.
STDs.
They didn't teach us none of that shit in high school.
They just
You would have just died from choking.
the health class I had was STDs, and this is
Yeah, I guess I went to an academy, so maybe it's a little bit
oh
different. But they taught
Yeah,
us
the
all
one I
that.
went to, they show you the banana and the condom, and then they show you the warts and all that shit.
Nah, I never went. Yeah, I never did sex ed. Nah, I'm staying away from that. I'm good with that. Nah, I'm good. But no, but nah, it was woodworking. My best memory was woodworking. That was the coolest elective I've ever had because you made stuff. You built something. You actually built. It's like you're a builder, and you got such gratification out of making something. We were building furniture, like pieces of furniture and stuff, and it was pretty cool, man. It really was. So I'll make you a dresser someday. I'll build it for you. But no, it was really cool.
do you still work with wood? I mean, I know that was
No,
enough.
I don't. I can make something if I have to, but no, I don't. No, we're talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
He does
I-
3 times a day, but
I love all
he
these
doesn't
hate
work in
watchers.
the
I hope
shop
y'all
anymore.
remember to subscribe.
It was cool.
We
It
got
was
Hate
cool to
Watchers?
actually. It was cool to build something. Like a lot of kids don't get to build something. Like just actually take wood and make something out of it.
Yeah,
or-
did you get to take it home too? Or,
Yeah, the
you
subscribe
got to take it
button's
home,
right there. It's right under my finger. The subscribe button right there.
Yeah, so you couldn't take home the big pieces, but if you made like picture frames and stuff like that, then you could take them home. But they wouldn't let you take home a dresser. Yeah, But yeah, but
Pop that
you could take
dresser on
home
the school bus or whatever.
Smaller things that you made, you could take home.
Jeff, what elective was your favorite?
We didn't have a
Oh, then
lot
they
to
had
choose from. I remember
Yeah.
I took home ec. It was like home ec or ag. Like there wasn't a lot of choices, so most people ended up taking home ec. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but
Yeah.
oh, I was in the journalism, like the high school newspaper. I did that for a semester. That was kind of fun.
You didn't think home ec was your favorite, but you did that in college too, pretty much.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was interior design for or housing and interiors they called it, and it was
Did you
under
finish?
the home ec department. It was the home economics major. No, I only did it a year and a half.
Speaking of
Oh,
home ec, I'm making a coconut chicken soup with celery, fennel, yellow onions, garlic, paprika, bay leaf, balsamic roasted red peppers, coconut
Lemongrass.
milk, chili flakes, and Parmesan cheese.
You like
that
to
sounds
cook?
Is it real coconut? Is it the milk in the box or real coconut milk? Like real
Oh
coconut?
well, it's a milk in the box, like the coconut milk, organic.
Damn.
I'm making chili tonight.
Sounds good.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
yeah.
chili tonight.
Chili is the bomb. Do you make it with beans or no beans?
Beans, diced tomatoes, hamburger, and I
do
mix it
Yeah,
all
I make mine
together.
with beans.
So much fun. Huh?
Onions.
Yeah, onions, put a little bit of onion.
Onions,
You
green
don't need too
pepper.
much. I mean, you get the spicy, I get the spicy kidney beans or whatever, and I get I just get a big old pot, and I love it. My aunt taught me how to make chili, so
I do mine
I love a
beanless.
good pot of chili.
But, do you put it over rice or anything?
Oyster crackers.
no, we're not like fancy like that, but I know what you're talking. I know, no, I
Put it
just
over
eat it.
rice. Do some melted
Jeff
cheddar over it.
likes his chili like he likes his men. Over crackers.
Stop.
We do it over rice. Do some cheddar on top, a little bit of sour cream. I mean, that's
Sour
all she
cream's
wrote.
good in chili.
Oh, I
That's
never
all
had
she
that.
wrote.
I thought it was weird too. Like, but I worked at this one place, and they said, "Here, you want some?" You know, they had good chili, and they asked if I want. I said, "Sour cream? What?" You know, you guys had cheese and sour cream. I was like, "This is what?" But I tried it. I don't know if it's a Southern thing or if it's I don't know what it is, but it's
Well,
like,
here's
okay.
another interesting
Yeah,
suggestion:
it's more
peanut
southern.
butter.
It's more southern. And then the rice, because of the rice, people are like, why are you putting it on rice? Because, you know, my ex-wife was Filipino, so we eat rice all the time with everything. We eat
Oh,
rice with cereal, you know.
Yeah, it's a
So,
nice contrast. White rice with anything, it's a good contrast.
oh my God, yo, the chili over the rice, woo, I mean, phenomenal. And yo, when we make pot roast, and I make pot roast, right, and I cook it like for like 6 hours, and we put it over rice. Oof.
Rice and gravy and roast.
So
But the
does
carrots,
does
the
anyone?
celery, the potatoes, everything all mixed
Yeah,
together.
that was
with
Sunday
rice.
dinner.
Yes. Does anyone else have an instant pot? I have an instant.
Yeah,
pot.
we had it. We had one in Seattle. It was amazing what
we
all
use
my
a crock
roommate could do in that
yeah.
thing.
I use a crock pot all the time, and then I make oxtail, and then we'll also make short ribs. You ever have short ribs?
Oh
The little
yeah,
short-
hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, wonderful. You can eat the bone.
I have an Instapot and an air fryer. The air
Mm.
fryer is key. You gotta have the air fryer so you can
I-
get the good French fries.
I use a broiler for that. I don't need the air fryer.
Yeah, I
use a
do mine in the
broiler.
oven.
I have an air
No,
fryer. They're
man, the
like
oven heats the whole
potato
house.
chips. They're like, yeah, they're like potato chips. They're so crispy.
My roommate has an air fryer, but I'm scared to try to use it.
Oh, it's fucking it's easy.
You might blow the
Hey,
house up.
have you ever cooked a steak on the air fryer? That
No.
thing is like the softest steak you'll ever try in your life. Just put a
wow.
filet mignon in there for a certain amount of time. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yo, so Moose, my brother has a dehydrator, and he
Oh,
does
yeah.
jerky. He does jerky,
Hell yeah. Oh man, I love that.
and he gets because he hunts, because he's down in North Carolina, and he'll hunt. He'll get venison. He'll get deer, and he'll make deer jerky. Man, you ain't live unless you had deer jerky. I mean,
Hey,
it
you hear
is
about that dude in Montana?
unbelievable.
I'm all
Yeah.
about the jerky, but this dude in Montana was serving up that human meat.
Oh my goodness! I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
I'll pass it.
Yeah,
Straight up.
depends on the
Straight
human.
up.
But I generally pass.
Selling
Yeah.
it as beef jerky and somebody caught him, dude.
Yeah.
well,
I'll
gentlemen,
pass on that.
speaking of food, I gotta go
You go and work
start
on your
eating
chili.
Thanks for
work on my
chilling.
chili. But thanks, Jeff. I'm glad I finally got to hop on.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Me too.
Now that you've
Come
been
back.
here, you're it's like Cheers, where everybody knows.
He
your
knows, yeah.
name.
When everybody tries to remember your name.
Room, I appreciate it. But you gentlemen have a wonderful evening. Enjoy whatever dinner you guys are having tonight. And I'll see you later.
All right, take care, Jess. She's
I
got to
feel
go.
so bad. I had a relative come over and they brought over lasagna, and it's like really terrible. I was like, "This is so good." It's like, oh my goodness! When you have to lie to your relative about how good it is, it's like
No, don't lie.
I don't lie. I
Just
can't
hold
lie.
on.
I have.
You are doing the world a disservice, my friend, by
Nah, you
not
gotta be
telling
like,
them
"Oh,
the
this
Yes.
is so good."
I can't.
You
My
tell them,
face
please
will give it
just
away if they
do
ask
better,
me.
cousin.
I'm like, "This is slamming," and I'm like, spit.
Dude,
Just-
if you because of you not telling them that their lasagna sucks, somebody else is gonna have to sit through that shitty
Yes,
meal.
he's
and
Yeah,
right.
do
see,
the
see,
same
Mike, this is
thing.
why you get your hate. This is exactly, you weren't honest.
My ex-wife, she would make the best lasagna I've had in my life. I'm not just saying that because I love her, but she would make this lasagna that was just like with the ragout and the sausage and oh my God, it was so good. But to make it, it was like $100 because you make this big tray, right? You have to buy all this stuff, and but it was really good. It was really.
Is that
really
for
good.
Mike, Daniel?
Okay, well, if you want to leave
I
this
don't.
up there, that's up to you, bro. I mean, that's just nothing but hatred. That's
I
up to
didn't
you.
think. I didn't take that context as
Yeah,
lying
that's
to
just
your
nothing
dad.
but hatred. I'm not lying about anything.
But they did say that you pull out guns and porn bombs. So yes, I'm
I thought-
aware. Y'all are probably right. I don't know his history, but if he does that here, I'll just take the
Have I pulled out a
consequences, and I
gun? Have
guess
I
so will he.
cursed? Have I disrespected anybody? No.
No, I borderline disrespected you, and you didn't do anything. So, you know, and
Yeah.
it's out of love. I do it on accident.
Disrespected you out of love.
I'm good. I'm good. These are people that will follow people around. Salute. That will follow people around to harass people. They're not here to have a conversation. They're not here to bring anything to the channel. They're here to cause chaos. These
Yeah.
people that are they're not here to have fun or anything like that.
Yeah,
That's all.
you notice that they never follow me around. Just watch. They never follow me around. Just
I don't
pay
have
attention.
followers around either.
See, I'm very polarizing. I've been on YouTube for about a year and a half, and people are they're obsessed with me. I mean, I'm not trying to
It
say I'm
looks
better
like
than
it.
anyone else.
Way more than even
They're
Jack Talcott.
They
Yeah.
want that big mic, Mike.
They're obsessed. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm also polarizing. Just have no idea what to do with me. They just kind of decide themselves.
Yeah, they're just obsessed. They're obsessed with me, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Daniel, I think he's
Because-
talking about all these other people in the
Other people,
chat.
not you. The people in chat. Look at them cursing.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't think I've ever seen this level of hate. We had when Jeff started hanging out here, we had that little Carl troll gang that showed up.
yeah.
They were nothing
I
like
got
this.
some hate. I got a whole bunch of hate when I first got here.
I was on a very very large channel, right? A large channel, and people would keep attacking me. And the owner of the channel said to me, and said to them, what are you doing? And he gave them an ultimatum. It's if you don't stop, you're going to be gone. And then they got kicked off. And these couple people have dozens and dozens of sock accounts. And that's all it is. They got removed. Sorry. Sorry you got removed. But can you imagine a grown man being so butthurt over YouTube words?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, of course.
I don't have to imagine it.
I've
I
seen
see
it.
it happen all the time.
It's like this is like the most ridiculous. These are grown men crying and bitching. It's like, dude, just move on. Just move on.
Oh, you made EBT already.
Yeah,
Okay, I
just
gotcha.
Move on. If you don't want to be my friend, then just don't. That's cool. It's no big deal. But if you notice, I don't talk about them. I don't mention them. They're not even in my mind.
I didn't even know who you were until they started showing
Yeah.
up.
I'm YouTube famous, man. Yeah. But it's just funny. It's like, man, just move on. Let me tell you something. If I'm in a relationship, so everything in life is about relationship, whether you're a friend, a YouTube friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, it's a relationship, working. And if you basically just go away from them, listen, I'm going to go my way, you go your way. That's it. And you just walk away. But they can't stop. They go crazy because they lost, because you're the one that disconnected and walked away. So now they're the hurt ex. Does that make sense?
That's a lot of
Oh,
hurt
yeah.
exes. Damn.
I'm gonna get you back. You can't do nothing. Bro, they're not gonna come to my home. That would end very bad for them. They can't do anything to me physically. They can't do anything to me professionally. So it's just all they're doing is being morons. That's all they're doing. And I also know who all they are. I have their names, I have their doxes, I have their addresses. And if it
Damn,
continues, they're going to get harassment charges. They're going to get cyber harassment charges. They will. But I'm trying to leave it alone.
I would
leave
just
it alone.
ignore them. They're just
It's a
trolls.
waste of paperwork. It's a
really
waste of
is.
paperwork. They're
Okay, well,
cowards
hey,
anyways, so it's a waste of paperwork.
I think I'm gonna rob them of their power soon too, because I'm about to
Well,
wrap it
Hank,
up
they,
anyway. So that's
but
gonna
Hank, they call my.
deprive them
Sorry,
of
I'm
their
sorry to cut
oxygen.
you off. But
Yeah.
Hank, they call my home. They've
Mhm.
called my family.
What the
They've called my
fuck?
children. They've sent them text, Facebook
That sounds like the
messages to my
Panelverse.
children.
It sounds exactly like our sector
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
the
but where do
Panelverse.
you get all these people's numbers? These people are crazy.
Well, I'm a contractor, so I can literally reverse URL things, and I can get anyone's information.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought anybody could get that now online if they pay one of those sites.
Yes.
it's different. It's different if you have a different server. So and I just did it to kind of document things and to make sure
Jonathan,
It is
you
what it
talking about Mike? As far as I know, he doesn't have content. I asked him if he had a channel, and he said he doesn't.
No,
So
I don't do anything like that.
unless
I'm just
he's
a guest.
getting trolls to my channel, in which case subscribe.
I'm
We're
just a
like-
guest. I'm just a guest on channels. That's all I am.
It's-
I'm just a guest,
the-
and I'm always
The
very
bun's
respectful.
way over there. The bun's over there. Don't miss that subscribe button. It's over there.
Yeah. It's funny though. It's funny, and it's funny. They'll make fun of me, and they'll take like my image, and they'll make my face like this big, and they'll make my chest out to here, but they'll never cam up.
Oh, exactly.
And
That's
then-
hilarious. They make insults to.
Yeah.
That's why. You should just host your own panel to challenge them. Come on. Oh, yeah. We could.
And then when they'll cam slip once in a while, and they look like a fucking T-Rex. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're making fun of me, but you look like fucking Honey Boo Boo. Like what
Yeah.
are you talking
Holy
about?
shit, honey boo boo.
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
Mike, I
I'm
know
like-
how you fix this issue. What you do is you host your own panel and say, you send a message to all your trolls, say, okay, come and air your grievances, and once none of them come, you say, okay, I win. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. I had one person come to my house one time, and it was for the police came. It was for a welfare check, and it was called in fraudulently by somebody, and they didn't
Oh.
realize it. They didn't realize we can trace it, and they got traced, and they haven't been on YouTube in like 9 months. They disappeared. Basically, they got hit. They got hit with
Suckers.
attempted charges. You
Yeah.
know, you can't do that. You can't do welfare checks or call 911 on people that there's no emergency. There's nothing going on.
And
Yeah.
even if you're in Britain, you know who you are. Even if you're in Britain, you can't do that. And your cops are more aggressive if you're misusing the internet.
And they don't even have the guns. I think our
Yeah.
cops are way sexier.
Well, there's
I
there's
agree.
two-
What do you call them,
There's two
bobbies?
kinds of police. There's bobbies
Bobbies.
and there's armed police. So Britain
we have
does
the best
armed
cops.
police. Yeah.
But yeah,
Every time-
it's not legal to do in Britain, but it is legal to harass scammers. So I recommend that.
Yeah. I was an officer in my 20s, and I would never wear a uniform without a firearm. Ever. I don't know how the bobbies do that. They wear police and they don't have a gun. I mean, nah. Because a taser doesn't work on most people. Sometimes the prongs don't go in and it doesn't work. And then you got to go hands-on with people. And if you can't fight, it's a bad move. It really is.
Cheesehead, I see you in the back, but not today. I'm trying to tamp down the drama. I think I'm going to wrap up actually. So
Okay.
another day maybe, but not
Who's
even not likely. But
Yeah, hit that subscribe button over there. See you tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah,
Moose,
these
you
are all,
want to do your little
Jack,
wrap
these are all,
up take?
these are all trolls. They want to come up and yell and scream. And that's all they do.
That's what he said. I don't want that on this. That's not what this channel is for.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, people in the audience, I want to say thank you for coming out today. People on the panel, we thank you as well for your time, energy, and attention. We hope that we can get to that 500 subscriber mark so that way we can offer you a lot more stuff, even better stuff, the greatest of stuff, the greatest of stuff. And all you got to do is hit that like button, subscribe, and share this to your friends. I don't care if they're crazy. Bring those bitches here because all we need is 500.
Wow,
Praise
that's
God.
a bold marketing.
Moose,
I'll
you
take
remember-
it.
Moose, do you you remember New Age Outlaws? The wrestling the tag team?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he left? He left? All right.
Oh yeah, he dropped off. You have anything you
Yeah.
want to wrap up with? You don't have a channel.
No,
Listen,
no,
you have
I
anything you want
appreciate
to
helping me out. I think it
promote?
was a
Where can
great
people find
conversation.
you?
I think we had a great talk. I think we touched a lot of points, and I appreciate you not putting up with all the negativity because they're going to try to derail your energy. So just keep it
Oh,
positive and just
my energy's fine. I'm ready to go have
just keep.
fun with
I'm
my
not saying
day.
they're going to try to derail it. Well, just yelling and screaming and being stupid because they that's all they're about is negative. They're not about coming up and having a good time. Even with Jamie the other night, me and Jamie don't really get along. I have respect for him, and you and him had a great conversation.
Yeah, Jamie and I had a
Yeah.
great. If y'all, it's the one we had last night. If you missed it, Jamie and I had a
Yeah.
good talk about mental health, recovery.
Jamie's very intelligent. Now Jamie runs with that group of those people, but Jamie's very intelligent, and he can actually hold an amazing conversation. So that was good. I was listening to it, and seems like you guys really hit on a lot of points. So I thank you for having me up. Love the antlers. Doing your.
Well, thank
You
you.
look like
You
a
too, sir.
you look like a reindeer, but you do what you got to do, man. But no, thanks for having me up, man. And I appreciate you not letting the things go off the rails.
Well, just don't porn bomb me or pull the gut out or whatever.
No, I would never, dude. I would never do that. Come on, man.
You'll ruin
I've
that
always
one
every time
stream,
I've
but
been
you'll ruin the entire experience for
no,
yourself.
every time I've been on the panel, I've been nothing but respectful to you. So, and I will.
And
continue
thank
to
you,
be
hate watchers. I appreciate all the fans that you're drawing. I do hope they
Dude, they're like
subscribe. They seem to know where to find you, so that's a good way to do it.
yeah, they're like chomping at the bit to let me up
Seems like
there.
yeah, they're like piranha. I've never seen this much. Well, honestly, this is the most I've seen in one place on my stream from one source.
It's the funniest shit ever, man. It is. They're so pathetic. It's funny. If you don't like me, just move on. Not you, I'm saying them. If you don't like me, just move on. Just go away. Right? Like, let me tell you something, Jeff. If I don't like you, hypothetically, if I don't like you and you say, Mike, I don't like you, just go away. Right? I would go away. I would never bother you again. I wouldn't. I would be like, all right, cool. We're not cool anymore. I wouldn't come back every single day. That's obsession. You understand, Jeff? These people are obsessed. They're actually obsessed with you. With people.
Cheesehead, why would I do that? That's not what this panel's for. Why would I let someone bring their drama to my panel when I'm using the panel to have the conversations that the people come up here want to have? And it's not this kind of stuff, I can guarantee.
It's obsession, and it's not good for your mental health, for my mental health, or our energy. It's just not good to have those kinds of people up here. Look at our panel, or your panel. It was lovely. It was awesome to talk to a bunch of people and have a great time. We talked about all kinds of stuff. No one argued. No one had a problem.
Yeah. So that's all I
Even
ask
Moose-
for. So as long as you could do that, and if you ever have a beef with me or something, just talk to me about it before you whip
no.
anything out.
But even Moose said, I took a shot at you and you didn't even reply. You were cool about it. Like, so it's cool, man. We're up here just having a good time. That's all we're doing.
Well, Shady, I'm a Satanist, so I'd like to
Yeah.
think I can handle evil when it presents
I'm an
itself.
evil person. How am I evil?
No problem, Jake. I enjoyed the brief
Yeah.
chat too. I still like the
So
logo.
these people are only here to derail your life. That's what they're here for. Just see, Jeff,
Well,
they're
gonna have to find another panel to go haunt now because I'm wrapping this one up. I do know that Jack Talcott is starting at the top of the hour, so about 30-40 minutes. You can check him out. I'll drop his channel again. And
All right.
outside of that, if I'm not here this evening, I'll be back tomorrow sometime. And that's about all I got.
Jeff, you're a prince. Salute, brother. Thank you for having me up, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Mike, take care. Thanks.
All right. You got a good channel, man.
Thank you. We're trying. All right. Well, that's it for Mike today. Y'all can catch him next time or on another channel. Y'all seem to know where to find him more than I do. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the watch hours. Hopefully you subscribe. You can get more of him, maybe, if he comes back. And tell your friends. And thank you again. Take care, everybody. Bye. Take care. Thanks.